So I watched Mayweather Pacquiao Epilogue last night, and I just thought I would do a quick video on it because I covered all the other ones, and I thought it would be remiss of me not to round up the series with a little review here. I thought it was a well put together programme. You get a kind of behind the scenes look on the lead up to the fight, after the fight. You get some sort of dressing room scenes that you probably wouldn't see otherwise. Scene about Floyd Mayweather dictating what time the ring walks are, and scene about getting his hands wrapped and having Freddie Roach leaning over complaining. Just a few interesting things that really give the viewer a perspective as to what it's like being, you know, behind the curtain at one of these big events, which I always find interesting to see. Now, the main thing that's come out of this, I've heard a few YouTube channels cover it, is the injury chat. You know, there's image of videotape of Floyd filling out a form, you know, saying, have I had an MRI scan, which fight was that after, and, you know, filling out this form fairly diligently. It's funny that they filmed that, funny that they, you know, went through that process on camera, possibly not realising how relevant it could be after the fight. Obviously Pacquiao went through the same process and somehow forgot to mention that he had a terrible, crippling, horrific injury that destroyed his performance in the fight. Nevertheless, the bit that I found interesting, and is only a brief snippet, so I won't talk for too long on it, because I don't want to, you know, rant in too much detail about something that was from a brief snippet. But I wanted to talk about the corner work in Pacquiao's corner. This programme gave you a few seconds in between rounds of trainers talking to their fighters. And for me, I found it slightly bizarre. Specifically, I'm referring to the corner work after round 4. That now famous moment where Pacquiao backs Floyd up and lands on the ropes when Floyd is on the ropes. The main sort of period of success Pacquiao had in the entire fight. Now, after that round, the advice from Pacquiao's corner, Freddie Roach turns to Manny and says, when you get him up against the ropes like that, you've really got to make it count. In my opinion, and I'm not a professional boxer, never have been, I'm not a professional trainer, never have been, but in my opinion, that is horrific advice. When you get him up against the ropes, you've got to make it count. What I would say is, when you get Floyd up against the ropes, throw the double jab. When you get Floyd up against the ropes, take a step to the side, come in from an angle. When you get him up against the ropes, throw that hook to the body. Your body shot landed, but your head shot didn't. But instead, Freddie Roach said, get him up against the ropes and make it count. You know, what does that mean? This is a fighter going at 90 miles an hour in the middle of, like, war. He's probably not thinking, you know, what make it count means. If I was Freddie Roach, I'd be much more specific. What I'd be saying is, don't throw wide, looping punches to Floyd's head. His defence is too good and he's just going to counterpunch you. What I'd be saying is, throw the double jab to the body, throw your right hook to the body afterwards. Did you notice, Manny, when you were throwing those looping shots, none of them landed? You dropped a level to the body and it hit instantly. You know, that's what I'd be saying. Now, obviously, Freddie Roach, you would presume, is in a better position to give advice than me. But I thought that was piss poor. You know, just saying make it count. I think saying making it count isn't good enough. That's like saying win the fight. You know, you need to be more specific than that. Now, there seemed to be a slight disconnect, language gap, because Freddie Roach said that, and then Manny Pacquiao's cornerman then said something else to him, possibly, I forget if he said it in Filipino and there were subtitles, but something like, you're doing really well, Manny, you've got him worked out. You know, the advice almost contradicted what Floyd was saying. And I was just wondering, like, if anyone else clocked that, because I thought that was really, really poor. I thought that they needed to give more cohesive, coordinated advice and actually break it down step by step as to what Manny should do in order to achieve more success. Because saying make it count is obvious. You know, it's so obvious that it doesn't even need to be said. And for me, that was the interesting thing that I got from this. You know, Floyd Mayweather Senior in Floyd's corner, you know, was playing sort of reverse psychology, telling him like it wasn't safe. You know, making him really go out and fight for it. You know, telling him that he could get robbed, putting that in his mind, which I thought was, you know, more positive. And Floyd Mayweather Senior doesn't seem like the most altogether bloke at times, but I thought he was right there. Whereas the Freddie Roach commentary, you know, was so unspecific, so vague, and it seemed to contradict what the other guy in his corner was saying. So I'm wondering if I'm the only one who picked that up. Anyway, that's just one thing about this show. It was a very well put together thing. You know, nice piece to watch and to round off the whole saga that is Mayweather versus Pacquiao. And till next time. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Did you watch this? What did you think? Thanks for watching.